So, Cam, here we are in your hauler. I'll get it right this time. At Sonoma, we're a couple of hours away from race start. Tell us about your weekend so far.
It's been wild. It's been a massive learning curve, to be honest. It's been so much fun, though. Like, absolutely enjoyed every single moment of it. Just, how different it is over here. Some similarities as well, but, practice was okay. Probably didn't have the best run through practice. The car was super loose and probably attacked a little bit harder at certain parts, but that was all finding the limits, didn't hurt the car or anything, and made a lot of changes for qualifying. So the car was a lot better in qualifying. Just probably didn't maximise it, being one set of tyres, one lap to really do a good job, and that's okay. We've got a faster car than where we are, and it's a long old race.
Yeah, I mean, I think are you ahead of one of your teammates? Are you ahead of Brad on the grid? Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good effort just in itself, and you got to compare with your team and your teammates first and foremost, haven't you?
I think so. I think that's your best benchmark, right? You need to see where you're at relative to your other team cars, which, same car. So I was in front of Brad and a little bit off Chris, but, if I did the lap that I should have, I probably would have been right up there with Chris on a similar lap time. So that's all you can kind of ask for, really. And, if your cars are good or not, that's kind of where you are.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm with you on that. One thing that sticks out to me is your car looks sensational. And I really love your sponsor with the AUKUS submarine program all over it. I mean, it's a massive link between here and Australia, POMS as well, of course, but between here and Australia, there's a massive link. And the car looks incredible. I mean, the quality of these cars when you get up close, is great. But particularly your color scheme and everything looks tremendous. To make you feel pretty special and cool to be out there in a car that looks that good.
Yeah, like I'm very proud to be representing the three nations and have AUKUS on the car, and you're not representing just a product. It's your nation and nations. So. Super special, and it's all about getting awareness out there to get so everyone knows that there's a lot of jobs out there to build these submarines, and there's lots of suppliers that need to be found and things like that. So it's a bit of a mission. And it's cool to be part of that. The car looks unreal, absolutely love it, and just the detail of these cars are just next level.
Yeah, and now one thing that I haven't asked you or Will about yet this weekend, but you're jumping from driving on one side of the car to the other. Now, when I was a nipper in Europe, we got used to that when we were on holiday in Spain and Portugal and everything. You had to be able to drive a left hooker or you were stuck. Yeah. But how have you found it?
It's been fine, to be honest. I've driven a few GT cars which are left-hand drive. I find it's just like riding a bike. Like, you get in, you don't really think about it. Probably the only thing is just your spatial awareness might be a little bit different, but being a different car anyway, it's different. So after a few laps, you work out where you are. You might hit a few curves where you probably shouldn't and whatnot, but you get your head around that fairly quickly.
And the temperature in the car, how does that compare with a supercar? You're running the open window program as well on the driver's side, but how does the cockpit compare with being in a supercar?
I haven't probably done long enough runs yet to truly know how hot it's going to be in the car. I think our cool suit in practice wasn't running properly, so I probably would have preferred my cool suit back home, to be honest. But I think once you get out in the race, you get into a rhythm and you get a lot of heat soak. That's when you really know if it's hot or not. But it's relatively hot here, probably 27, 28 today. It's a long old race, so I'm sure I'll get to the end of it and I'll be pretty buggered and I'll be ready for Darwin.
And so here we are just before the race. Where's your pit box in pit lane? Have you identified that yet?
Yeah, it's pretty well smack bang in the middle. So I don't know the number exactly, but I know it's about the centre.
There's a hell of a lot going on in pit lane when you come in. I mean, you will have seen it in the truck races you've done so far. It's as busy as, isn't it? So you really got to have your wits about you to pick the right box. Look for your number 60 and etc. It's going to be it's going to be a pretty hard task first time out in Cup with everyone fighting as hard as they do, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just the whole pit lane experience is so much different to back home. Obviously, you got to get down to your speed, but then we have to hold the speed with our lights. Where back home we got the pit limiter, so that's one thing that's massive that you have to manage. Coming in and coming out of your box is a lot tighter than back home, and you can get boxed in from certain people. So there is so much more happening in pit lane than back home. As you pull into your box, they all run out in front of you, so you feel like you're going to hit them. So you can't let that influence how aggressive you are coming into your box. So all those little things you need to work out and maximise without overstepping it and getting a penalty.
Yeah, I think what we saw yesterday in the Xfinity race is to finish first. First, you got to finish. Yeah. So I think if you just keep your wits about you and finish, you actually end up in half a decent place, judging by what went on at this track yesterday. Is that how you're approaching this one today?
Yeah, 100%. The 2 track races that I did, and even watching the Xfinity race yesterday, just crashes happen randomly through the race, and I think you just need to try and avoid them. Stay clean until the last kind of stint and a half, and if you can stay clean, that's when the race really starts. It's kind of a little bit like Bathurst in some ways. That's how I'm going to approach it. I think our car's going to be probably a little bit better in the race trim than qual trim, so hopefully that's right, and that actually happens. So yeah, we'll see how we go.
Yeah, no, we're all very excited and looking forward to watching both of you out there. That hopefully you don't crash into each other, but yeah. I'm sure it'll be an awesome day for both of you. I really hope so. So thanks for spending the time with us, Cam, and good luck.
Thank you. I'm sure Will and I will look after each other, and hopefully one of us can do us all proud.
Well done, mate. Thank you.
Thanks.
Steven Stumpf of Frontstretch.com here. Come back for more great racing videos, and if you like us, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.